Yo, yo!
You know what the Maxwell color was?
And this is the Nobody Talks Shidduchim podcast. This is IJ and Avery, Miss D, and we are so happy that we are back and able to do another episode. We wanted to welcome a very special guest who we'll get to in a second. Okay, I'll just say it right now. Welcome, Rifki, Brooklyn Food Snob.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're super excited to have you.
Woo! Thank you so much, and Avery's here also.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the Shadchanim lining up over there. Is that them?
Lining up, there's nothing
Avery.
there.
Oh, yeah, let's get him married.
Rifki, tell us a little bit about yourself, your shidduch experience, and everything in between.
About your food journey, because we're talking about food today. It's important.
So, actually, my first shidduch experience was a basho. Do you know what a basho is?
Yeah, okay. I know. It's a Hasidic
Wait, can you explain
thing,
what that is
For
for
show
people?
is something you watch.
Oh my gosh, do the crickets, please.
God. I don't know what a basho is. You have to tell me.
Do you really not know?
A basho
Wait,
is
yeah.
when, a basho is when a Hasidic boy and a Hasidic girl get set. I'm saying boy and girl because man
15,
and woman
16?
is not a thing. Yeah.
That's another discussion, yeah.
Boy and girl are told that they're going to meet the opposite sex, and it usually turns into
Marriage.
So they meet like once, twice?
a couple times. Yeah, like I know a lot of people have met literally a couple times, and you know that set the deal. So I knew going into the basho, I knew that this was going to be my first and last time actually having a basho. So I really wanted it because I wanted to experience it.
Yeah.
And the guy was cute. He was actually from Lakewood, and he was he was this.
Have any regrets though? Like, do you have any regrets about doing the basho?
No, I'm so
you really
pleased
enjoyed
that
it.
I did
Wow.
because that also gives me insight into my family and how they do things, and people I know who do who go on bashos and get married and have very successful marriages. I feel like I'm saying successful marriages as if it's a business thing, but you know, you meet somebody twice and you know that they're going to be the love of your life.
So so our topic today, Misty, you wanted to give the topic? So our topic today happens to be proper restaurant etiquette. And food, right? That's what we're basically talking about. So anything around there in that area. And there's a ton of controversies, and there are a ton of ayin haras you can get, right? From certain things you may do on a first date by eating, or a second date, ordering, things like that.
We wanted to kind of discuss, once you're on a food date, what caliber of food date qualifies for a good date? Like, where can you go? Some places that I know I've heard some other friends go to, and once they tell me they've gone to this place, I'm like, you idiot, I can't believe the girl hasn't dropped you yet. Like, first date or second date, sushi, pizza.
Oh, sushi.
Pizza, like a pizza place. Like, you're sitting there with all the grandparents and the carriages. They're idiots, trust me.
Well, I've never seen that.
His friends, you don't want to know.
Yeah, excluding IJ.
I think that a first date can really be anything. It really depends on who the people are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point.
Where you're holding in life, if you're a professional, if you're a
Exactly.
young person, college student.
Really, it's all about
those factors are in there.
Yeah. But, I mean, food could be a great first date.
So let me ask, why would food turn somebody off on a first date? Like, why would you say
if it's very
food turns you off?
Well, if you're going to a place like Reserve Cut where everything is... If you're going to a place like Reserve Cut where everything is, fancy and uptight, and, you have to hold your fork right and your knife right and all these things.
That's a no-no.
Exactly. For somebody who knows how to do all this, sure, no problem. But if you're going to a place that's like more of a chill joint, like take, for example, Gruit in Crown Heights.
That's a good place.
It's so good. The food is so amazing.
Oh, that's by Chef Isaac.
Yes, and he's amazing.
Yes. That's a middle of the road kind of place.
But that kind of vibe, it has drinks, it has like the shareable plates.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe can kind of take somebody and take all their nerves and just
relax them.
And
that would be like a stage or level one or two lower than like Mike's Bistro or Reserve Cut.
Yes.
You know?
No.
Or maybe
It
even more
might
than
be-
that.
Yeah. No, it would. No, actually, yeah, you're right. You're right.
two
yeah.
levels below that.
That kind of vibe for food, that's a
good.
good first date because you don't have to feel like you need to. First of all, you don't have to feel like you're ordering a $70 steak, and
Right.
you don't.
And
You
the guy,
don't-
trust me, doesn't want to pay for a $70 steak. That's
That's another thing. Like I
don't
mean,
know.
I
Miss
see
D, have you
who
ordered?
should pay, right?
Miss D, have you ordered? What was like the most expensive thing you ordered on a date before?
What's that thing?
I ordered $155 steak.
Did you really?
before you were married.
Well, before you're married, before.
Cannot say.
Oh, she was like,
Ah.
Miss D, $155 steak, huh?
That'd be nice. I've not done that though.
I did want to do one thing. Rifki, let me know. I want you, we wanted to go through some areas you're familiar with and just tell our listeners, what are, some good for the guys listening and even for the girls who have to plan on their own. What are some spots they should hit up? Now, we have this episode actually sponsored by Pescata in Brooklyn. So,
Ooh, I love Pescata.
You know, Pescata, we love you.
Pescata loves me. I
we
love
hope you
them.
enjoy listening to the ad. And
Yes.
everyone should go there, mention the podcast, and get a little bit of a freebie.
They have
on
dairy
dessert.
and meat.
Dairy and meat,
Yeah.
in that one store. And they have two locations.
No, they have two locations.
They have two
yeah.
locations.
Two
There they are.
locations.
So
And they're good.
give us a rundown, aside from Pescata, some other places people can go to. All right. A lot of dates going on in Brooklyn, obviously, and maybe, Manhattan as well. Maybe then one Muncie, one Long Island.
Ooh.
Let's go through maybe some underrated, overrated within each place.
Oh, no. Well, we don't want to put her on the spot.
No?
With the over, no. So just,
All right, fine.
I don't know because you know what? I wouldn't even mention overrated places because they're not.
underrated. Yeah. Underrated.
Yeah, underrated
is fine,
definitely,
yeah,
but
yeah.
overrated because they don't deserve the mention. So,
Ooh, okay.
Oh, yes. Agreed.
good one.
Agreed. Why would you want to? Yeah.
so we might as well just promote places
Underrated.
that are good with service, with prices, with
Food.
vibes, food.
Mm-hmm.
The actual
Right.
the good stuff. So if we're talking about Brooklyn, depending on what area of Brooklyn that you're looking at, I like to give recommendations around Crown Heights because it's very close to a lot of cool Brooklyn
Yeah.
things like
this-
Prospect Park, Brooklyn Museum,
Like
it's very
activities. and
yeah,
stuff.
it's very centrally located, and you can make a day out of it, or you can make a food date out of it. So you have Gruit, which is fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
I
You
really
mentioned it
love,
before.
I love the food there. It's so good. You have all the sharing plates, and you have alcohol, you have beer, you have great cocktails.
Yeah. The vibe, indoor, outdoor.
The
seating.
vibe, indoor, outdoor,
Yeah.
summertime there.
And
is
that's not in
so
prime-
fun.
that's not prime
It's not
Flatbush,
prime
so it's
Flatbush.
a little
not
bit
prime
at-
Flatbush. It's not
or
prime
Borough
Crown
Park.
Heights either.
Yeah. So it's
It's
kind of a
like
little
the
bit
edge
out.
of Crown Heights, and it's really, really, really
That's
good.
cool.
Every dish there is unique and different.
What is it?
and-
Dairy, meat?
Meat.
Meat?
Yeah.
And I'm like
Never heard of
salivating
it.
talking
Meat, yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
They
It's
have
out of
this,
your
like,
budget.
Kielbasa. No, that's
not
the
on
No,
my-
thing.
this guy only spends about $9.
Well, no,
a day, so.
she pays for it, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Or
So
he goes
so that was Gruit. You said okay.
Gruit, yeah.
Gruit. Okay, good. Now let's maybe something more in Flatbush.
So in Flatbush, it's very difficult because in Flatbush, there used to be really good places, but then they
Yeah.
closed down. And
I like Mint. I actually go to Mint BK.
I love
I
Mint.
love it.
That was definitely
Mint.
a suggestion.
Go
that
guys,
I
go to
have.
Mint. Ask for Dennis, my man there.
It's funny because my friend and I were gonna go to brunch on Sunday, and we went to Mint, and there was no
Oh.
parking
On
so
Sunday?
we ended up going somewhere else. But I really love Mint. They have great shakshuka. They have such a good brunch menu on Sunday.
Fantastic. And they have a very small
and they have a small
menus.
I love
and
that
and
they
it
have
is
a small
very
menu.
quality
There's
food.
another
Very
place that
quality.
recently opened on Avenue K and Coney Island called Le Taboon.
Oh, I heard
Very-
of that.
Yeah,
Also,
I just went there last
Israeli
week.
kind of.
It's
also shakshuka
the
stuff.
owner is Israeli. They have a lot of they have Israeli stuff, and they have they have Americanized,
like dairy.
dairy.
and stuff.
They have a good brunch menu. They have eggs Benedict. They have green shakshuka,
Yeah.
red shakshuka.
Green
They-
shakshuka.
Yeah, with
Oh, cool.
leek, spinach.
Yeah. The green stuff.
But
So that's another.
that's another great.
Those are two places.
Yeah, those are
Ooh, I
great
like it.
dairy places. For meat, Tea Fusion or the the Loft
Heard good things about that.
Steakhouse.
The Loft. Yeah, the Loft. Yes.
The owner is such a nice
Borough
guy.
Park.
Yeah.
How's the atmosphere there, though? Is it very,
it's not
like,
Borough
there's a lot of
Park.
kids?
No.
It's a lot of.
It's a steakhouse.
I have
It's very
nothing against
fancy.
kids, but they don't shut the hell up.
The Loft is a fancy,
loud.
fancy place.
That is
Boo.
true.
It was a
Loft
shit
is
podcast. We
so
don't talk about
fancy.
kids
The
here.
Loft is super fancy, and the owner Yossi is such a sweetheart, and every person he has on his team is incredible, and the service, food, vibe, just impeccable, absolutely impeccable. It's a definite place that I would suggest people go on dates. Tea Fusion as well. I haven't been to Tea Fusion as well, but they were always, really great.
Right.
Allenby.
Oh yeah, Allenby is good. No, also places in Manhattan in the city.
Ooh,
What are good places that you'd recommend? There's a bunch. So like
there's so many.
your favorite too. Like
After
down.
Piscata, we can.
after my
travel to
most
that.
favorite
Pescata, yes,
food
yes.
because we mentioned that
Dairy
before.
and meat.
I love dairy.
Well,
Let's do
something
both.
something like in between, like in between the second
the
and fancy
upper
date. The second to fancy.
West.
What'd you think
Upper
of-
West
of
modern?
Either,
modern
anything,
bagel,
anywhere in the
modern-
city.
Oh, Modern Bagel. that
Modern
place is-
Bagel.
and
So, and
drink-
they
at
have,
night it's different.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's talking about that. Everyone's
They're
talking
new.
about that.
Nobody's talking. Everyone's talking about them, but also nobody's talking about them.
Nobody's
Like,
talking
nobody talks
shidduchim.
shidduchim.
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
people need to talk more about them. People need to know more about them because they.
What do they have?
good-
yeah,
What's
why
their,
never been? What's their thing?
They
their calling?
have very farm to table kind of
Ooh,
foods.
I like that.
They're super farm
Oh,
to table.
guys, we actually have a caller. So we'll pick it up here with Manhattan.
Hey, what's going on?
So tell.
Happy to be on the show with you guys.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hey.
What? Any questions? What do you got to say, Ira?
I just want to talk about the shidduch world and how I really think that people need to focus more on just having a good time. I've been on dates where those come in with all these questions and these checklists that they want to find out about you, and they need to find out by a certain number date and this and that.
Yeah.
And
So
meanwhile,
true.
we're just having a good time here.
For sure.
When you talk about important things, it's like in context of having a good time with the person. And that's really what I wanted to show you guys today. Like,
Awesome.
I feel like people
That
just
is great input.
Appreciate
create
Ira. We
stuff
appreciate it.
and just forget about it's all about time with the other person.
Yeah,
You guys are awesome.
Before I recalled, actually a very good point, by the way, right? I was thinking, like, what the heck is this guy going to say? And he actually brought a really good point. Like, people forgot, I think, really how to have a nice time. I think that's a big,
Yeah.
those words are golden. And agreed. I mean, I'm guilty of it. But going in, I used to do that, like, very innocently going into a date and being like, I just want to have a good time. But you know what? Unfortunately, like, it is all about, checking the boxes off. So that's why when I think you shared your story, Rifki, how you met your husband more in a more friendly,
Communication.
environment, it could go such more of a long way. So
No, it's true. It does make a difference. I feel like when you're uptight, nobody's really getting anywhere. You're answering the questions like you're taking a test.
yes,
Yeah.
And this isn't a test. This is two people trying to make a connection
yeah.
and seeing if they're, life partners, if they're able to be life partners.
Yes.
And
I like that.
that's the bottom line. The bottom line is that you're looking to get married. You're not looking to get 100 on this test.
Yeah, and that could be like,
and flaws in marriage is necessary.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It
oh
is.
yeah, and that could be
Because
like
otherwise
deep
not
conversation, malarkey, like whatever you're getting into. You're right. I think it's definitely about the attitude. So
Yeah.
that's good to check on that. So that's a checkbox for us today, right here. wait. Yes, I am funny. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You mentioned Manhattan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That spot in Manhattan.
Oh yeah,
Bagel,
so the
modern
modern bagel.
bagel.
They have a great
That's
brunch
interesting,
menu.
yeah.
They have a great brunch menu, and I feel like people should go more on brunch dates because it's like right early in the morning where you're still fresh
Ooh,
and
I
you're not
didn't think about that.
tired,
Yeah,
and
brunch dates.
you haven't
Yes.
gone through the entire day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good, you wake up, you have
Yeah.
a coffee, you can still talk.
Yes.
I think that
heavy
I
metal.
Or sometimes you
like,
just like get it over with.
I like brunch. No, I like brunch because I think it's the best time it's when your mind is fresh and you know you're
Yeah.
able to see the person for who they are. You're able to talk normally. You're not past a full day of work
Yeah.
and like I have to go on a date.
There
now.
should be a
Exactly.
Jewish version of it's just lunch. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like something
No,
more
it's true.
Heimish.
Modern,
like,
so
oh, it's just brunch. Something like
it's
that.
actually very good. You should make a podcast out of it.
Maybe.
Another one.
Another one. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
This one's hard
Branch
enough.
off of this one.
Yeah. So
Do a
okay. So like
sub
a nice small dairy. You know what I used to like? There was a place in Manhattan that was really perfect for dates, depending on time of day. Promenade, was it Promenade?
Oh, they became non-kosher.
I know, but that was
Yeah.
a fantastic
I
date
hated
place.
them.
Oh, I think
Great.
You didn't like them?
I felt like they were that's why they closed probably.
I had a
They weren't
massive
doing
hangover
it.
there once.
They weren't
I think
doing
I
it.
threw up my burger and sweet potato
It
fries
was
everywhere.
good. The food was not good, and they
FYI,
had so much
so
potential.
the audience knows.
But I like the location.
Yeah, the location
and
was great.
I
It
like
was
the fact
perfect.
that they had like some more like private areas you can hang out in, so you don't have to be like right in the middle of it. So that
No,
was some
I heard
solid
that.
like dating
Yeah.
area.
Wait,
I
what
don't
kind
know
of
the
food?
but you
What
know.
kind of food?
The food was it
Oh,
was
it's like
bar
burger
food. It was
fried-
burgers,
burger fries,
fries.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it was
But
very
that was a
fast food.
definitely
fries.
that was a nice dating place. Okay, fine. And how about in Jersey? Like anything in Jersey that comes to mind? Is there anything in Jersey?
Yeah, there's
Is
a
there?
there's in Teaneck you have
I was gonna say,
you have
there's a couple.
Nobo and you have ETC. Both are great restaurants. Both have great chefs, great restaurants. There's a new joint that just opened, a Sender Smoke joint. Like he's a smokehouse.
Oh, that's in
Oh, that's cool.
Riverdale, no? That's
no,
in
that's
Teaneck?
Ember.
Oh, it's Ember.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
talking
That's
about Ember by
Ember
Smokey
in-
Joe's is in the Bronx.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
new.
That's
Oh,
a new
really?
place that
In
just
Riverdale.
opened, kosher in the
my
Bronx.
grandmother lives there.
Yeah,
My
it's like
grandmother's in the
ups.
Bronx.
More upscale. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. But
I'll
in
try that out.
in the other in Teaneck in Jersey or wherever it is, they opened Senders and he's
Right.
doing really well.
Oh, awesome. Wow.
I hope so. It's
Cool.
Chef Alexander Remmer. I think that's his name.
Chef
And
Alexander.
for our yeshivish crowd, where they don't spend money on food until like date number 12, what's like a cool lounge where they can go to, you know, like just to get drinks and like chill, you know?
Where they can get water for free.
Exactly. You know, the 2 Diet Cokes,
Or
which we mentioned
soda.
before, the
Well, he was-
seltzer,
he was
the
a
hard
Many
baller,
seltzer.
years
so it
ago,
was two
I don't know
seltzers.
if
Two
I don't know if
seltzers,
people.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if people go there anymore. But you know, a lot of people go to like the Marriott or whatever. They go to the usual places.
Hotels.
There was the Peninsula, which is also a
Okay.
hotel in the city, but their lounge area is actually really pretty and artsy and nice and jazzy.
Cool. Music.
I would think of that as a really cool date for water.
Right. And I personally like
Water.
I've recommended the Vale, the William Vale.
Oh, the
here in
William Vale is
Williamsburg.
so good, and the Williamsburg Hotel. The Williamsburg Hotel is
Yeah,
actually
underrated.
my friend's,
Yeah.
and
Oh, we know her. Yeah.
you know
Which one?
Toby.
Of course.
So
Heritage Equity.
You've been going there. You've been going there for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So
I've been going
really
there.
has.
So
yeah.
so
Like high school
somebody who
days.
works for Toby is a very close friend of mine.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
The William Vale is a great, fantastic spot.
Very cool.
I think a
Yeah.
little bit too, definitely a lot going on certain nights.
That
Like,
whole strip there, the William Vale, Hoxton, Williamsburg Hotel, are all three great hotels to just hang out. The Williamsburg Hotel downstairs is actually perfect at the bar. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they have
Very
you know
cool.
those.
Oh,
those-
yeah.
A
those
little dark,
couches.
so if you don't want to
Yeah.
see her, you could just sit in the dark,
Put her in
play hide and
dim
seek.
pie.
Yeah.
No, it's really nice.
Action.
Even the William Vale downstairs, Lucia. I mean, you know, they also have a nice bar area and.
And
these
even the lobby is
yeah
nice, too.
no these
Yeah.
hotels are pretty, you know, pretty
Nice.
pretty
I like that.
they're good for dates. I didn't even think of them because I always think when I think of a lounge I think of the city,
Right.
but Brooklyn's become city.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
I know. I remember when it was going through that transition, I was watching this show on Bravo, and I was watching it. It was $1 Million Listings.
Listing New
and
York.
this guy kept on mentioning, you know, this is like 7 years ago. Oh,
Ryan
no,
or Frederick.
It was, I believe it was Frederick, maybe.
Yeah.
No, Frederick used to always talk about Tribeca. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot. There's a lot going on in
never saw this.
Tribeca. I'm
No,
gonna say
he's
Tribeca.
Swedish. You're not even.
I can't get it. I can't get that one. I can't do a Swedish
That
accent.
was a disaster.
But Ryan,
was a
Ryan, and the small dude were like all over Brooklyn. They were like, all over. And they're like mentioning,
Okay.
you know, Greenpoint and Williamsburg and Hasidim, and it was like, I was like, what is it? There's nothing in Brooklyn. Get out of here. And then I started shidduch dating. I was like, oh, okay. There's stuff in Brooklyn.
No, there's so many. And outside of food, there are like, you know, these great places that it's funny because I mentioned it before, the Rage Cage. I just recently learned about it. And
What is that?
I feel like everybody should go.
Wait.
Yeah.
What's the rage?
What is that?
What is
Wait,
that?
The
wait.
Rage
They
Cage.
put you in a box. It's a room like this size.
Okay.
And they give you appliances and bats and plates and you get to throw it.
Really?
Yes.
Yo, that's so fun.
It's right? And
Yeah.
I
I
only
wanna
recently, I
go.
wish it was in the times that I was dating because that would be, it's such a great way to find out if somebody is like has a rage.
Yeah.
Or if
Oh
somebody's like just
Yes.
throwing it like
Oh,
that.
man.
Like,
I would let loose there.
it's okay.
You should go there.
I feel like
My
you
Rage
would
Cage?
do really well
Yes.
there. I don't
should
even
take
know
some-
you,
you
but
should
you
take
would
some
do
I'll
dates
take
there.
if I could take my siblings there. It would be
That's fun.
great.
I think that
That's
it's
how it
a
would
really
work.
fun and not
Wait,
just
where is
that.
this? Where is
it's
this?
here in Williamsburg, like 5 blocks from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's also
And
Barcade over here, which is pretty
Barcade's on
pretty
here.
cool.
Barcade is
Yeah,
good.
I feel
Yes.
like there are so many like cool
Archery, but you don't
spots.
want to take someone to on an
Archery is like a third.
you don't
date.
want to take them on an end date to something like that because let's say they just let loose and they're like, that's it. What? You're breaking up with me?
They'll be on you.
Yeah.
You
So you get an
like,
accent to your
gun
head.
range.
Exactly. Hey, listeners, it's Avery from the Nobody Talks Shidduchim podcast, and we'd like to thank our sponsors for this week's episode, Piscata. Piscata is both a premier steakhouse and a high-end dairy restaurant. That's right, they have both a meat and dairy location each and are conveniently located in the heart of Flatbush. With their luxurious decor, rich cuisine, and premier service, Piscata is becoming known as one of the go-to restaurants in the tri-state area. And for a limited time, you'll get a free dessert when you mention this podcast. So if you're sick and tired of the boring old Manhattan steakhouses and need a fresh new date spot, make Piscata your next choice. So here's another question for the crew. What do you think about taking the food home with you after you finish a date? Like, is that something that you could do?
Right. That's such a good one because recently my friend told me that she went on a date with somebody and they took home. Like, I guess that's a norm thing for some people. And she was getting out of the car and she was taking her bag with her, like her portion. And the guy was like, what are you doing? She's like, what do you mean? This is my food. And he was like, no, like I paid for that. Leave that in the car. And she's like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, like that's not yours. I'm like, whoa, that you don't do that.
What was he going to do with it?
Eat it.
He was going to eat it? He was going to eat her
Why
food?
else would he want it?
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
That is disgusting. I don't eat anybody else's food except for mine. That is A.
Okay, Rivka, you want to say stuff? I see it. Go.
Yes.
First of all, don't take home a doggy bag. Whether
Why?
it's yours or his or hers or his.
Why? What does that
Don't.
say of the person you think?
Cheap.
Yeah.
So cheap. And like,
Gonna have more fun later that night without
yeah,
you.
you're going to smoke up and, eat your leftovers.
Avery, that's our plans tonight.
Yeah.
You do not ever take home a doggy bag. You just don't. You can take it home like 5 years into your marriage, maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Maybe.
Got it. Wow.
But like on a date, it's classless.
yeah.
I really do
Really?
think it's classless.
Oh my
yeah.
god, I'm that helped me. I'm not gonna do that.
I disagree. I think someone could take home their own. If the guy who's paying wants to take home his own food, he didn't eat. He had
Why didn't
his
he
own
eat?
food. He didn't finish his meal. He's a guy. He's big. He's optic. He couldn't finish his meal.
No.
He can't take home his own food.
No.
He's paying for it. It's on his
no.
Amex.
He'll come back and he'll eat again.
Totally disagree. Totally disagree.
Trust me, that
Yeah.
puts images in people's heads.
Meaning.
Like
What
they
type of
see
images?
you as the kind of guy who takes home his food. It's weird.
Well,
I hear
you're taking
that.
her
I hear
home.
that.
You're taking a girl home.
She's not
right?
food.
Okay, I'll say if it's going to end up after that.
Good point.
In some countries, they are. Anyhow,
Oh my god.
he's paying for it. Like, what's the
No.
difference? If it's going to end after,
Then
okay, I'll amend
take
my
that
thought.
$200 and
We're making an amendment
Zeitgeist.
to the Avery Constitution here. If he's going to say no after the date, he could take home the food because who cares what happens after that? Take it home.
see, True. If he's going,
if they're going out again, and it's going to be a whole long process of
I
love
hear
you,
your
blah
point.
blah blah.
Right. That's a good one.
I hear
Has
your
a guy
point.
done that to you,
Yeah.
Miss D?
You're right. I didn't think about that. If this is your first and last date, go for it. Take that food and swallow it whole when you're home.
Right, because you don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it's not your last date, then it's a no.
Miss D, have you taken anything home before?
No.
And have you ever witnessed, do you solemnly swear to
take
tell the
home.
truth and the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Have you witnessed
Someone.
a guy take like a fat meal, like, okay, I'll get 3 pizzas on the way? Have you seen anything
No.
like that?
No. Usually they eat.
A little doggy bag? Nothing?
Well, let's
A
go back.
milkshake?
I judge people.
really.
I judge people.
Everyone
who take-
judges everyone. That's
No,
the
I
thing.
judge
think
people
it's
who
important
take
to
home
know.
doggy bags. Like even now, my friends.
I'm not
Sorry,
gonna
guys.
do that again.
Really? Like not
Anyone-
even on dates? Just
I'm not going to
Just
do it again.
if we're at
No,
a restaurant
that-
and somebody is like, "I'll take this to go," and there's like
this little thing.
3 things and thing. I'm judging you. I'm judging you from here till tomorrow, and I'll tell you to your face that I'm
Oh,
judging you because
Okay,
like
I'm not going to do that anymore.
Right, and she says she's not hungry, and she wants like Miss
That's
D's
a
friend.
lie.
She says she's not hungry, but she wants to order for home, like to do Netflix and chill
Yeah,
with whoever.
no.
like not
Don't do that.
no
Don't
more
do
dating.
that.
Yeah, no,
that's
for
bad.
real.
That's
Don't
already
give in.
yeah. No.
That's a sign.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
give in.
like this is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
She's a user.
Yeah.
And then I take the doggy bag home. And I ate it with a picture of him right next to me the whole time.
That's really creepy.
And then I ate the shadchan.
And the shotgun ate you
Okay,
too.
well, moving on. Oh, yeah, that's a big one. So actually, one time I took a girl out. It was a morning date. She was coming into Lakewood, and I was like, oh, thank God she's able to come in. She was seeing her friend, quote unquote, for Shabbos, so she decided to drive in. Anyway, we went to a place on Central Avenue. Where do we go? That coffee bar, which I think just closed, no?
They're reopening. They're like renovating. Oh my God.
That's
They're
the
renovating.
word. That is the word.
They're
for,
renovating.
Renovating is the word. for
They're
closing.
renovating, which
Just
is
like-
They're
code word.
closed for renovation.
Right.
So we go
It was a
into
Lakewood
coffee
one,
bar.
huh?
We're sitting there. We're ordering some food, and they bring out these freaking awesome pancakes. And she got a salad. No, actually, she did. She got the what's that Israeli
Shakshuka.
shakshuka? So she got shakshuka.
I
The
love
most, the most
shakshuka.
like Ashkenazi girl you could ever meet, and she got a shakshuka. So it was so on. Anyway,
Shakshuka. You don't say
Shakshuka.
shakshuka. What are you?
So I,
Listen, if you're gonna say shakshuka, you say it right.
Shakshuka.
Shakshuka, okay. So this person, so the waiter comes down and puts the food down, and there are these beautiful, gorgeous looking pancakes, like stacked 3. It was like I just got the breakfast special. It was just coming to an end. Whipped cream,
The syrup.
pancake, syrup dripping, and I'm like, Miss, this is Instagram worthy, and I just went for it. Now I think it was about a 7th or 8th date where we were actually seeing each other for a little bit of time. So, can a guy, can someone on the date take pictures? Is what I'm asking. Can you do an Instagram? We're here. It's 2020.
If you really thought that was like an Insta-worthy picture, you'll come back with friends and you'll take this picture.
Yeah. It's like the measles. So you don't come back.
You don't,
take your
like,
time.
Rude. It's rude to pull out your
Honestly,
phone.
like if you're pulling out your phone on a first,
That's not
second, or
good.
third date, it's going downhill.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do it that early. No. Not that early.
No, so if it's your 8th date, 9th date, sure, you know what, you could take the picture. And you
Yeah.
both have your phones out by then because we live in a technological world
Yeah.
where we are
Thank you.
hooked up to our devices, whether we like it or not, even if we're so into somebody. We're still
We are.
attached to this.
You heard that,
Sad.
Sprinzer Sprinzenberg? Okay, we're in a technological day and age.
I don't
Yeah.
think Sprintz is listening.
I hope she is. Maybe there's hope. Anyone ever take a picture? Nothing. No.
I did once, but I don't know if I want to talk about it. It's a story, but I shouldn't
He
have
was
done
in the
it.
back.
Tell it.
Yeah,
tell
we're
it,
here for the
tell it,
story.
Tell it. You knew it wasn't going anywhere, so you're like, what the heck? Just gonna take this picture.
Yeah, but then he was like, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't even a picture. It was something else for like work related.
What was it?
You know what?
It was
Back,
social media,
Okay.
running someone's social media, so you had to do
okay.
something
Right,
on time.
right.
So I just had to press
I've been
one
there.
thing.
Yeah.
it can
So
scare guys.
I
when
did
that
it
happens.
very fast though, and I apologized. And he's like, I'm sorry, whatever. And he's like, no problem. But yeah, he's like, you should be. And he was very like,
Rude.
Very rude. I'm like, you're a jerk. Like, go away.
No, that is rude.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
forget
so rude.
So anyway, the pancake was good for me.
Yeah.
So we tip the waiter. We say sayonara.
Who's
I'm
we?
on my way out.
Who's
Me and the girl.
She doesn't exist
You
anymore.
did the Dutch thing again. You did
No, we didn't do the Dutch thing. I actually
So
paid.
then you tipped the waiter. Don't say
And
she
when I'm in the
tipped
car
waiter.
with
It's a
her,
big difference.
I'm like, oh my God, Sprinza, I forgot the bench. So I bring her back. We go back into the thing and I make her sit down and I start benching. No, I'm kidding. That didn't actually happen. But
I
what
can
about
see that
benching?
happening. Not with you.
You can,
With someone
you
else.
can see what like
well,
some guys
before you
sometimes.
I can
bench,
see like this really firm guy being like
I forgot
going
to
into
bench.
his
You have
like
to
old
go back.
jalopy
Have
and
to
then
wash.
like,
You have to go back.
Oh my God, I have a friend. I have a friend who would probably
Didn't
like
bench.
start taking out like the 39, the malachos, like the
39 malachas.
is that what it is?
He
would
pulled
just
out
start-
a Kitzur Shulchan
my
Aruch
God.
right
he
on
would
right in the
start
car.
pulling out. He would take a whip and he would start lashing like, "You didn't bench, you guts, you
my
terrible
gosh.
Beis Yaakov." He would do it.
You misif the Bachrim.
Let's
You
not
evil misif the
mention
Bachrim.
him. Evil Mr. Bachrim.
Evil.
Terrible.
And
That's why I
and
tell
pulled the
people
Rebbe after that.
at all times avoid washing.
Avoid washing.
yeah, it's
Okay,
much
fine.
easier.
Yeah, that's
Avoid
definitely
washing so you
something
don't
that
have to bench.
Yeah, that's much
It's
easier.
actually there was a famous Rav
That's
that
why
used
if
to
you
say
go
that.
for dessert,
Don't worry. Yeah, you don't have to worry about
Well,
it.
if you just go for dessert.
Yeah, I've had situations.
just go for dessert.
I've had situations though where I've gone out with a very firm girl. I like girls who bench till the cows come home.
Oh,
Keep benching.
yeah, like
But I've gone out with girls who are sitting there, they're doing the thing, they're benching, finish,
Yeah.
whatever, and they get so into it that they forget they're on a date. Like they're
She's being holy. She's praying.
She is being holy, but she's taking a long time. It just doesn't stop. It's like, okay, we get it. We thank God.
like
Okay,
to thank Hashem.
10 minutes is
I get
There's a
so
10-minute
attracted
cap.
when it's
How
a
long does it
5-minute
take?
thing.
to bench.
Benching is
No,
a
how long
2.5
did this girl-
minute thing.
She probably
Ish.
took. It wasn't
Less?
the length. It was how she did it. It was like the fervor. It was like she was.
Did she shuckle?
Oh my God.
I don't know if it's appropriate if I comment on that, but she.
Was she like,
I'm okay
Also,
with
was
she
she
benches.
benching out of a phone or was she?
Was she
benching
pulled out a
of
sitter?
She pulled out a sitter
Oh,
out of her
no.
wallet.
No,
Wow.
The sitter pull
she's
out.
not the girl for you.
No, I'm okay with her. I am okay with her benching. She was taking and she was so into it. I'm like, whoa, why couldn't you be into the date like that?
Oh, so
You know?
that's a problem.
That's
Wait,
what
so that's what we should
bothered me.
title the
was.
episode when she's more into the benching than the date.
Hashem was competing with you.
Oh, Baruch Hashem.
I do have a God complex.
Yeah,
For those who know me,
Hashem was
but,
competing with you, and you didn't like it.
I didn't.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Turned really
I'll
deep.
be Kairos.
I'm
I'll be Kairos
flawed.
right here.
I'm flawed. I can say it.
I'm telling you, Rebbe, and I'm telling the Rebbitzin, and
But
everyone's
people
gonna know
pass
when you
on.
see
Like
it
that's fine. Benching is fine. But like the Boring the Fuss shows on Amazon, people just like.
Also, if
skip
you do,
that.
if
Sadly.
you only have to do a shahakol, then the benching is like a 3-second thing.
Who goes on a date and only gets a shahakol? Like, what are you having? Like a Laffy Taffy with each
Starbucks.
other?
What do you mean? You go to Starbucks.
Dessert.
You go on a
Yeah.
date and just have dessert?
That's my point. If you just have
That's
dessert,
risky.
then your
Desserts are
benching is.
Mizonos.
That depends what kind of dessert.
You get ice
like.
cream.
If you get kosher Pesach dessert, it's shahakol.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting all
If
like.
it's gluten free, then it's
technical
shahakol.
here.
Why
Like,
is that
why
like,
would you
know?
go over to someone when they're on a date? That's a big.
That because they.
Oh,
they-
I've seen
well,
that.
that's
That's
not
the
something
awkwardness.
you
no,
can
it's
control.
done. But I'm saying people shouldn't do that.
Yeah, well, people are not.
Smartest. They could do it. They could do it. You can go over. You can go.
Also,
if you,
they might
again,
not realize that
depends.
you're on a date.
if they need like
Well, they could realize
Yeah,
you're on
yeah,
a date. That's not
if they
I
need
think
the
people
lifeboat, they need somebody. Like I've gone after
Oh, if you
in the
want.
middle of a bad date. I've done
Yeah.
this before. Middle of a bad dinner date. You know, you're first of all you sit close to the back of the restaurant
Right.
so that you can be close to the bathroom, so that like you can just get on your phone and speak to humanity and sanity and start texting people like
Oh my
this is not
gosh.
going well. Save me, help me.
Help.
Hey caller, you're live on Nobody Talks to Duchim. What is your name?
Hey, this is Ben and she begun.
Whoa, Ben and she, how you doing? How you doing? So how long have
Hello.
you been listening? Say hello to
I'm good.
IJ, Misty, Avery, and we're
Our
here with the
special-
Brooklyn Food Snob.
yeah,
Our
welcome.
Instagram.
Welcome to the Brooklyn.
Oh my god.
Yes,
fan.
yes.
The
At
original-
Brooklyn Food Shop.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking today about like food topics. So,
Food
what are some
topics.
thoughts with food and shidduchim?
Can she order the salad?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there is
She
a.
can get whatever she wants.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Agreed.
The choice is hers.
Expensive thing on the menu. That's like obvious. Just don't order like the most expensive thing on the menu.
Right. What if the guy gets the most expensive thing in the menu? Is he trying to impress?
I feel like that's like a show off in general. Like if you're gonna order the most expensive thing, but I guess if that's all he wants on the menu.
Right.
Right.
Also, if you're at a pizza store and the most expensive thing is like $5, that's okay.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for calling.
We are going to take another call here.
Hey, caller, you're live on Nobody Talks Shidduchim.
I'm currently in Shidduchim for at least like 6 years now, and I find this podcast to be a great way to just lighten my mood throughout the whole process. It's been a great addition to my life. On my commute, on my way to work. It's grand.
Thanks so much.
So I can definitely tell you that in the beginning of my dating years, I would get so nervous on dates when like in the beginning when they would want to like take you out to dinner and stuff like that. I don't know. For me, I just like would get nervous. The first thing that would go would be my appetite. So I just wouldn't want to eat.
Oh, yeah.
But I was wondering for the guys, like if they had ever seen that before, like been in a situation where like the girl just didn't want to eat.
Yeah, I've went out with a girl once. I took her to a beautiful restaurant in the city. My dad's credit card, of course. And we went to very fancy. And I'm sitting there. I ordered a steak. I'm ready to, dine. I put in my bib, and I'm, sitting there.
You're ready for like a 4-course
got the
meal.
appetizer ready. I thought she was ready for that. She orders a soup. I'm like, okay, what the hell?
That's a safe choice.
It was a safe choice, but I'm like, are we having a meal together? Like, what are we sharing?
Only soup.
Just a chicken soup.
If you think about it, it is very awkward on a first date to sit across from somebody and eat.
Trishna, have you been nervous, not just with food, but have you been nervous on like activity dates? Like, let's say you went to go play golf or play something else?
Totally not. Like,
Interesting.
I love activities.
Activities over eating.
Activities, mini golf, anything like games. I love it, but it's
All right, thank you, Abby. Thank you so. Sorry, that one was wrong. Thank you so much for calling. And we enjoyed having you on. Hopefully, this episode will be just as good, and it can help you through your shidduch journey. And send the number to your friends and let them call in as well.
Thanks, guys. That's lucky.
Thank you. You too.
I have another caller.
Exactly.
Like we went over a lot of things, and hopefully the audience can really take away a lot of these like restaurant etiquettes and procedures that you could walk away and really feel like you're more prepared, and then stop doing things. Personally, I will tell you, I will not take doggy bags home anymore because
you shouldn't.
It's just not worth it in the end. I might call in advance and tell the guy,
Also,
I'm coming in for a date, and like basically just hold the food. I'm gonna say get rid of it, but so I'm gonna try to do that.
Yeah.
Also, I will say this: if somebody at the next table is making a bracha, please do not scream amen.
Who does that?
Well, I was gonna say, hold on. I was gonna say, do not say amen to the person you're going out with. It's bracha.
Why?
It's weird.
Also that.
You can't say amen until engagement. It's
What?
so weird until
you
you're
can
like a
mouth
couple.
it.
Don't even no.
Like whisper. Or
Keep your brachas to like
me.
mumble them to a minimum.
We have another
don't,
caller
don't
right
say
before
amen.
we do our ending
Really?
if you want.
Ugh, it's gross. Don't say
Why?
amen until afterwards.
I'm with him.
Till
It's
you're
so
engaged.
weird.
Why is
It's
it weird?
creepy.
Saying amen to my bracha.
Press 1.
Ugh.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
I don't agree.
Caller,
It's
welcome.
like not
We're
being
in the-
shomer.
Caller, welcome. It's
very
IJ,
intimate,
Avery
right?
Misty, and Rifki, the Brooklyn Food Snob. How may we help you?
Am I actually live?
You bet your bottom dollar you are.
live, You're live with us, but we're going to be posting this episode later in the week.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I watched, I think, all your episodes, but like 9, 10, and 11, I think.
Awesome.
That's
Thanks.
cool.
Thanks for the support.
Thank you so much.
I thought it's been great. I love you, Misty. So shout out to Misty.
Thank you.
And-
Thank you. Wait,
Every
what's-
night, you're also awesome.
Oh, baby. I've never gotten a compliment in my life, so that's good. That's one.
Wait, what's your name again? I missed it.
Ricky.
Oh, thank you, Ricky.
Thank you for calling in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so we're talking about like restaurant etiquette, like do's and don'ts on dates when basically anything in regard to food. So that's our topic, but if you wanted to bring up anything that you wanted to let us know, go ahead.
So things that you should or shouldn't do in a restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the topic that's going to be coming
Or
out.
what's your go-to order when you go out?
I let him choose.
Really?
Oh, that's cool. That's a first.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I had
I
that
haven't
as
heard
one of
that.
our topics. Can they order for you?
Yeah,
They're
I just
usually
read
really
that.
I
nervous,
did.
though.
I had that. I was
I
thinking
wouldn't
about
do that. I guess I'm more picky, but
Right.
wow.
Oh no, if someone ordered for
Yeah,
me,
I
I'd go
couldn't.
berserk.
If she's a real feminist, like she will not let me order for her.
Not even that. It's just like I know what I
no,
like.
but also,
like, don't-
yeah,
don't
I don't
order for me.
You don't know what I like.
Exactly. We just.
Well, no. We don't know what you like, but we know what the cheapest thing on the menu is.
Oh my gosh! Please don't. Be
I'm
a
joking,
cheap-
I'm joking.
No, you're not
But
joking.
then you get to see if like they're spending money right, and then
Right.
like you get to see also like what they're doing right, and like then they also get really really nervous if it's like that's like the most.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that is true. Wow. Kudos, because I wouldn't do that.
And then we actually also wanted to know about the doggy bag. Do you think, because we're having a little machlokas here, and Rifki, the Brooklyn food snob, says you can't walk away with a doggy bag, whoever you are. And Avery and me say doggy bag is okay. So can someone walk away with a doggy bag from the date?
I don't know. I feel like it depends on like the situation.
Right. Meaning.
Go on.
Because like if like I wouldn't want to feel like the food go to waste. But then like if it looks like
Right.
I don't know,
I hear
want to
that.
like
Exactly.
save money in every like penny, and like there's like 3 fries left. So I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't
like
know.
that. That's weird. Like, don't take home 3 fries.
Also, another quick question: can you say amen to their brachas after? But while you're on a date, it's weird, right? It's a
I
little
always do.
intimate.
See?
Oh!
Thank you.
She's super firm though.
Oh man.
I don't think it's weird.
No, it's not that. It's just why not?
Yeah, exactly. Why not? I don't think it's
A
weird.
bracha is intimate between you.
It's you and Hashem.
and Hashem.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
No, I agree with that. I think that like
I do not agree with that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though. But it's usually do that anyway. But I do it anyway.
I hear that. Okay. I mean, I saved my amens for that, guy who's saying Kaddish and is giving Kiddush a little yahrzeit Suda after
That works.
davening.
That works
Oh my
then.
gosh.
Okay, awesome. Wow, thanks for answering, Ricky. And any other any questions you had for us?
No, I just want to see this episode come out.
Yes, it will, and you'll be in it. Okay, so thank you so much for calling,
Okay, cool.
and really, hatzlacha in your shidduch journey.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. How great are our orders? Our listeners are like our orders.
Auditors.
I was going to say your speech.
Orders like
Orders.
food. Okay, good. So basically, in closing, just a little bit of a takeaway for our listeners. Who wants to go first? Miss D, what are your takeaways from this episode that people can think about again?
Oh, wow. There's a lot. I say that, I mean, I feel like I'm very old school in a way that I like when a guy would spend on me. Like, I get what you're saying, Rifki, with like a girl should be able to provide for herself. And I agree with that. But like, I don't know. I don't want the guy to ask me, do you want to split the bill? Do you want to do this and that? Like, I want him to be able to be like, just pay for me. And I don't know. I'm very like that. I don't think it's wrong.
it's not wrong. It 100% isn't wrong.
Right.
I think that it really matters. Depends on who the person is.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to not want to owe anyone anything, and
Right.
I'm very adamant about it.
Yeah.
But you're one out of millions of people who have the same exact definition of
Yeah.
what dating should be, and you're not wrong.
Right. So I appreciate that. And what else? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot. We talked about a lot, but that was like one of the main points that I think.
No,
Yeah.
I think that a guy spending on a girl, shows he
That's what I'm saying. Like
cares.
you want
He's
to,
interested,
yeah.
and he wants to
Yes.
spend that money.
Yes.
Like I could buy my own coffee. I don't need you to like,
Right.
like that. But if you're taking me out on a like restaurant, whatever, like spend.
No,
spend.
I agree. Like, I mean, my husband and I both work,
Mm-hmm.
and for the most part, we have a joint account, and
Yeah.
we spend out of the joint account. But like sometimes I'll just be like, use your personal account.
Yeah, you
Because
want
I
to see.
want him to spend money on me, because I want him to, show that he's interested and
Exactly.
he cares. And that's very much for the dating world. Like,
Yeah.
I get that you want a guy. At the end of the day, guys are the ones who should take care of a woman.
Right.
Yeah, well, you believe in chivalry. Chivalry.
How much wine did you
No,
have?
100%. Exactly.
Chivalry, yes,
That's
yes.
why-
But
No,
I remember
I
a lot,
do.
yeah, and that's good. I like that. I personally practice chivalry a lot. However, we get feedback from a lot of our listeners and dating in general and setting people up that girls. Remember what they said, Avery, on the Instagram, that they feel like it was they just need a little bit more space in the beginning of
Right.
the first date or the second date because they don't know you at all. They don't know you that well, and then there's like, well, what? You're just kind of running around in circles, like I'm doing it right, I'm doing it wrong, So
Which really boils down to communication, and that's what I learned way into
Yes.
marriage.
yes,
Communication is so necessary, and we are not taught that. We are not taught that.
Yes,
We are
yes.
not, and it really.
we're taught the opposite. Actually.
We are taught. We are.
It's how not to be. How
We
not
are
to be.
taught
Us
not to
millennials.
communicate exactly, and we really should, because honestly, when you communicate, everything just falls into place. It's like a beautiful puzzle.
It is.
and
Yeah.
Yes.
it just takes two people talking to each other and talking about whether it's their feelings or how they or what's happening, or just communication is the key to making things work.
So, Rifki,
Not
thank
bad.
you so much for
Chinese.
coming on. We
Thank
loved
you.
having you on. We really,
Thank you
really
for
enjoyed doing the
having
episode.
me.
Do you want to just let the audience know a little bit, where to find you and everything like that?
Sure, you can find me on Instagram at Brooklyn Food Snob. That's Brooklyn Food Snob.
Gotcha.
It's also my email, brooklynfoodsnob@gmail.com. You can DM me. I usually respond to messages pretty quickly, unless you don't say anything interesting, then I just let you hang.
Oh.
But no,
Nice.
I respond, and you can
Kind of.
follow me. I post a lot about kosher restaurants,
Yeah.
and if you ever need suggestions, I always give really great suggestions, and yeah, that's about it.
Awesome.
All right,
awesome.
awesome.
Very nice.
Okay, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you.
And this has been another episode of the Nobody Talks Shidduchim podcast. See you next time, y'all.
I hate this music.
The LMNO Broadcast Network.